These are my Unit 8 case problems. There was a lot of big changes, so this video is going to be longer than I would like it to be. To start off, I initialized an event type array. Users will end up being able to use an integer to select whatever string they want out of this. So I'm going to start off by saying that this is value 0, 1, 2, and 3, because that's just how an array is set up, but there is 4 values in it. So we go down here, and this is just setting the event type, getting the input from the users, which will also be part of rental demo, and then setting it equal to the correct array value. So let's say that a user enters in a value above 3, and say they enter in 4, they enter in 123. This right here is going to set it back to value 3. So event type array length, which is 4 minus 1, gives us index 3, which is going to be other. This is just returning the event type, and this is getting that event type and using it as an index in this array. So then we go over here to event demo. Um, big changes on this one. I'll go through it. So I've added a new array for events. The 3 events that users have been entering in from past assignments, they'll now be able to enter in up to 3 events for this array right here. Initialize just an X for my for loops. So as users go through and we do the things, or they do the things they normally do in past assignments, it'll be recorded as one value, and then the second time is the second value or whatever. And the only thing that's been added is this right here, is where they get to choose their event type. And then after everything's put in and they've gone through it 3 times, you go down here and you show details, and that's nothing new compared to the past assignments, but there has been the addition of this right here, which is event type selected, and just chose what they picked. And then down here, I've added in the get type, and that's what goes towards the top. I should have mentioned that briefly earlier. Um, but yeah, this is just where they're choosing what type they want, and it'll attach to that string. So let's go ahead and run this. And we still have our other restrictions from older assignments, so I'm going to try and follow those as best I can. So we have 0, 1, 2, and 3 to choose from. I'm going to say 4 for my second contract. Uh, say 6, because that's out of bounds too. For the third one, uh, we'll say 1. It should be baptism. Okay. So for our first one, remember we chose like a ridiculously high number, and so it brought it down to 3. Said we did the same thing on B200. Both of these are out of bounds, one was 4, one was something a lot higher, and they brought it back down to 3, which was other. And then we chose 1 in C300, which was baptism. We go over to rental Java, and all of it is the same. We've made the same changes, except we've got our arrays are different. So in here we have like 8 values, I believe. Then we've got equipment type. So instead of events, they're choosing equipment. And we're running through the same for loops as we did the other one. We're doing the same equipment type, using it as an index value into this array, and picking one of those. And again, if they choose something that's out of bounds, like above this array value right here, or array length, I mean, then it subtracts 1, and you'll end up with other. Go over to rental demo. We've added the same thing, just different names. So here's a rental array for my rental contracts instead of my events. And then we go down here, and then there's our little X. So this runs it through 3 times, because I'm going to get the user to put in 3 different rental contracts. And this just displays them all. And then I'm going to go ahead and go down here. This gets our type where the user can select it, like select whatever equipment that they want. And then that comes up to right here, to this last section. And then we go to our for loop, which shows the details for each item in our array. And the newest thing on here, or the only thing that was added on here, was this line right here. So let's go ahead and run it. Contract number 160 minutes was our minimum. We'll say we'll start off with 50 because we know that's out of bounds. B200, total number printed, like 3, 5, we'll say 6 for umbrella. See 300, 60 minutes. Different number of saying we'll give it another bad number. We'll say 60. Okay, so that first one we chose a high number, and it gave us 7, which is other, and that was the 8th value in that array. Down here we chose umbrella, which was 6, and down here we chose 60, which was out of bounds, so it knocked it down to other. And that's it for this week. Thank you.